Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, July 14th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. Damon Kemp is gone from the WWE. So after his brother Gable Steveson was let go earlier this year, Kemp is now gone. And what is the reason behind his departure? He just couldn't cut it. He was a part of the No Quarter Catch crew, and he had a bright future, but it just didn't work out. And that needs to happen. If you're not going to use somebody, let them go. Hulk Hogan is once again dodging racist claims. He had his Real American Bear brand, and we're using brand ambassadors, and apparently on the first day the brand ambassador for the beer was black. Then the next day she was let go and replaced with two white ambassadors, and Hulk Hogan's representatives have come out and said that no, much to addressing Essence Janae, who was the original brand ambassador, let go. There's no racism involved. The brand ambassadors were contracted through a third party, and the short-term relationship contract with Essence was over, and that's why she was let go. They are in communication with the agency to clear up any misgivings. WWE has hired Joe Tessitore representing ESPN. What will he be doing? I do not know, but he seems to be a person that knows wrestling, so we'll see how that works out for him. The Rascals reunited on NXT this past week to talk Wesley into not quitting. Zach Wentz and Trey Miguel returned to help their friend. Zach went by his name instead of Nash Carter, that dumbass name he went by before, but we got them back. Stephanie Vaquer has signed with the WWE. She even appeared and wrestled on this past weekend's house shows in Mexico, taking on Isla Dawn, but she has left kind of a bad taste in a couple of promotions' mouth. So she was let go of her contract, but she did not fulfill all of her obligations. She was literally scheduled for multiple championship matches in multiple promotions, and she was like, nah, I'm done. So CMLL had to pivot, New Japan had to pivot, Rev Pro had to pivot, and currently Willow Nightingale is the new CMLL women's champion. CJ Perry is gone from AEW. She was part of those recent round of releases that happened earlier this year, and it sucks that it never worked out for her because she could have did very, very well in AEW. Natalia has signed a new contract. It is a multi-year deal. I think they really didn't want to let her go because for sure someone was going to snatch her up, but she is locked into a new deal with the company. And on the injury side of things, Kofi Kingston is injured. He is out with something we don't know. Oh, it's an AC joint sprain. Eddie Kingston had successful surgery to heal his leg injury. He'll be out for a long period of time. Samoa Joe isn't really injured after he was taken out on Dynamite. He is just going to be filming the next season of Twisted Metal. Also, Jay White and Trent are both injured as well, and Trent was written off TV after he got hit in the head with a goddamn wrench. But that is the news, and we shall be right back with the week in review. All right, so what went down this past week? Monday Night Raw was the fallout show for Money in the Bank. So we opened up with Punk saying that he would do everything in his power to take apart and ruin Drew McIntyre's life, and he says actions have consequences. But then Seth Rollins comes out and is like, yo, you cost me my match, my championship. I can't defend anymore. And he tells Punk actions have consequences. After Punk faked an apology, but he's still a dick. Seth was like, you screwed me, and now I'm going to wait until you're healthy, and I'm going to hurt you and take you out and put you on the shelf once again. I like this part of Seth Rollins because CM Punk doesn't know that actions have consequences. Dom didn't want the tag match with Liv, but Liv tells Dom she got it for him. She wanted to make up for last week. Jey Uso defeated Chad Gable. Then the Wyatt Six arrived with Nikki Cross giving another VHS tape to Pat McAfee, who was back on commentary. Sheamus was celebrating 15 years in the WWE, and he challenges Bronson Reed to a match, but Bronson was like, not today. Reed then went on to beat Pete Dunne, and after Reed kept beating up on Pete Dunne, Sheamus made the save, but Pete Dunne did not want Sheamus to sell. Remember when the Brawl and Bruce were down and out, Sheamus just left. Drew McIntyre. Priest lets Seth off the hook and is like, yo, I don't like how that went down. So you can get another title shot after I'm through with Gunther. But here's the thing. Now that Seth can get another title shot, what's he going to do about Punk? Let's see how they spin. This Braun Breaker took out Sami Zayn once again, and Ilya Dragunov is pissed. The Judgment Day and Carlito defeated Awesome Truth and Braun Strowman. Miz is not happy. Adam Pearce tells CM Punk that he'll talk to Drew, but you cannot get involved. Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy had another interview that says he's setting the captives free, i.e. the people that are in the Wyatt Six right now, and they won't be forgotten. Chad Gable wants Adam Pearce to deal with the Wyatts, and as Chad Gable leaves and Pearce opens up his office door, Bo Dallas is sitting there waiting for him. Ilya Dragunov versus Braun Breaker ended in a DQ after Braun threw a chair at Ilya Dragunov. Sami Zayn made the save, but Braun Breaker got away. Damage Control defeated Lyra Valkyria, Katana, Chance, and Kaden Carter. And then after the match, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville attacked them. Looks like they are officially together. Backstage, Iba and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn tell this new team that our titles are off limits, so you can't touch us. In the main event, Dom and Liv defeated Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega. And as they fell on top of each other like they were about to kiss, Mommy Rhea Ripley made her return. Liv booked it, and Dom went after Rhea. So we'll see what happens on Raw. Over on Dynamite, Raw gets a fist. Over on Dynamite, this show gets a thumbs up. We're building towards Blood and Guts and the Owen Cup tournament ends. So we open up with Will Ospreay rebutting what everything MJF said and made some really good points like, I'm here. I don't do this for money. I do this because I love it. MJF on screen says the fans are going to get tired of you and throw you by the wayside. Find a new flavor of the month. And he challenges Ospreay to an international championship match next week, which will be going down on Dynamite 250. Jeff Jarrett is the enforcer for the men's Owen final. Hangman comes out of the face tunnel and spits at Jeff Jarrett's feet, but ultimately he loses the match to Bryan Danielson. Jeff Jarrett made the count after there was a ref bump. Swerve comes out, congratulates Danielson, vows to beat him at All In, announces himself for Team AEW for the Blood and Guts match, and challenges Okada to a match next week on Dynamite 250. Jericho murdered Samoa Joe in their street fight. There was no hook, no Shibata, because they had been taken out previously by the Learning Tree. Pac beat Claudio, Kyle Fletcher, and Tomohiro Ishii to earn an international championship match, and Pac says his Wembley moment won't be denied. Hangman Page bangs on the Elite's door. Okada steps up and like, yo, you better get your shit together. And Hangman says he is in for Blood and Guts. Mercedes Moné denies Britt a title shot and says, no, you don't deserve this, that, and the third, and has an open challenge for next week for anybody in the locker room except for Nyla Rose. Britt interrupts Moné's celebration once again, and Mercedes bolts. And then we cut to the back, and Darby Allin is beating the holy hell out of Brandon Cutler and wants Jack Perry for the TNT Championship. And in the main event, this was the finals of the Women's Owen Cup. Mariah May defeated Willow Nightingale in a fantastic match. And as Mariah is celebrated with Tony, she beats Tony bloody, puts Luther through a table, and stands tall. The picture of Mariah with the shoe on a bloody Tony Storm. It's legendary. Over on Impact, we had more builds towards Slammiversary. This was another show at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. The show hit the fist. Jordan Grace's open challenge was answered by Izzy Dame. Jordan Grace won that match. Charlie Dempsey of the new No Quarter Catch crew from NXT defeated Zachary Wentz and got involved with the Rascals. The system vows to win whatever matches are put in front of them. Then the new Quarter Catch crew of Charlie Dempsey, Bourne, and Tavian Heights call themselves the best faction in wrestling. Santino says says they'll be facing the Rascals and a partner who knows both worlds, i.e. TNA and NXT. And that partner, I thought would be Wesley, is actually going to be Kushida. Because remember, Kushida was NXT for a moment. Speedball Mike Bailey defeated Jonathan Gresham and Kushida. Mustafa Ali and the crew attacked Speedball after the match. Trent Seven tried to make the save for his tag team partner, but failed and got taken out. Steph Delaney says she's got to go home to Australia to deal with some things and then come back to PCO. Just wait for her. AJ Francis retained his Digital Media Championship against Rhino, and then he fight off PCO, him and Rich Swann. Giselle Shaw defeated Shotzi Steele. This match was too short. I want to see them wrestle a longer match. Zaya Brookside vows to get revenge on Alicia Edwards. Chris Bay defeated JDC, and then the system attacked ABC after the match. In the main event, Moose and Steve Macklin defeated Joe Hendry and Josh Alexander. That was a pretty good show. That's the TNA that I know and love. Over on SmackDown, this was also the Money in the Bank Fall Out show. This show gets a fist. So we have the Tiffany Stratton celebration, winning Money in the Bank, and then Bayley comes out and just runs her down. And this is a confident, great Bayley. Nia comes out and has Tiffany's back. Bayley's like, okay, all right, we'll see what happens at SummerSlam. Nia then ended up beating Michin in their one-on-one match. Tiffany almost cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase after they beat down Bayley. Nia was like, yo, what are you doing? Okay, listen, I told you, it's interesting that Tiffany has the briefcase because she's friends with Nia. Solo Sikoa says they will rule all and everyone will acknowledge them. Carmelo Hayes interrupts Andrade's interview, setting up a little feud between them two. It should be good. Legado del Fantasma defeated Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. Chelsea Green and Piper Nevin are waiting outside of Adam Pearce's office to talk to him. Pretty Deadly shows up to get funding for their musical, and LA Knight leaves the office with something in his hand. Randy Orton tells Cody that he's got his back, but subtly suggests that he'll be going after the title at some point as well. LA Knight officially has a match for the U.S. title at SummerSlam, so we'll see how that plays out with him and Logan Paul. Naomi defeated Blair Davenport later in the back. Blair attacked Naomi after faking a handshake. DIY retained these WWE Tag Team Championships against A-Town Down Under, and in the main event segment, the Bloodline attacked after the match, beating down DIY. And then Cody Rhodes gives Solo what he wants, a championship match at SummerSlam. The Bloodline ended up beating up Cody and putting Randy Orton through the announce desk. Over on Rampage, the Kings of the Black Throne, Brody King, Malachi Black defeated the premier athletes in a fun match. Roderick Strong won a squash match. We had a great video package from Deonna Purrazzo saying she's going to burn everything to the ground. Ray Phoenix defeated Angelico Commander and AR Fox in a fatal four-way. We had a Learning Tree segment essentially stating that if you don't listen to the Learning Tree, bad things happen. The La Rosa defeated Rochelle Ellering. Deonna Purrazzo attacked after the match. And in the main event, Shane Taylor Promotions defeated Top Flight in Action and Dready. I've really been enjoying this little feud between these two teams. And over on Collision, the build to All In really begins. So Takeshita beat the Dynamite Kid in a really solid match. The Dynamite Kid then turned down Don Callis' offer to join the family, and FTR made the save to make sure Dynamite Kid did not get his ass beat. Well, he got his ass beat a little bit. The Bang Bang Gang won a squash match, and then they're stripped of the trio championships because Jay White is hurt, and there's no Freebird rule in AEW. So Christopher Daniels comes out and sets up the Bang Bang Gang versus the Patriarchy after the Patriarchy just thought they were going to be handed the championships. So we'll see how that goes down. Roderick Strong defeated Dalton Castle to earn a Ring of Honor World Championship match. And Mark Briscoe had a great video promo, just being awesome and saying he's ready for Roddy. They've done this before and they'll do this dance again. Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. Chris is petty, Stokely's a hater. They will make Willow's life a living hell. Well, Willow's the new CMLL Women's Champion, so take that from her. Now LaRoche won a squash match and says she's answering Mercedes Monet's open challenge and will fight her for the TBS Championship on Dynamite 250. Top Flight defeated Shane Taylor Promotions because Shane Taylor Promotions almost always loses. Sky Blue defeated Harley Cameron, and after the match in the back, Sky challenges Sheeta to a match because she wants to face the best to be the best. And in the main event, the Kingdom defeated the conglomeration team of Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly. Riley. After the match, Trent kept attacking Orange Cassidy. Then he was attacking Kyle O'Reilly, and the Kingdom was like, nah, that's our friend. And then Orange Cassidy just hit Trent in the head with a fucking wrench. Just murdered him. Our matches of the week from NXT: Heatwave, Kelani Jordan versus Soul Roker for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Also from Heatwave, Axiom and Nathan Frazer versus Chase U for the NXT Tag Team Championship. And the main event, Heatwave, Ethan Page versus Trick Williams, Shawn Spears, and Javon Evans in a fatal 4-way for the NXT Championship from Dynamite. Both the Owen Cup Finals matches, Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page, and Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale. Both of these matches were fantastic. And our star of the week for them things, Ethan Page, Kelani Jordan, Bryan Danielson, and Mariah May. But check out everything. Check out the High Wrestling Podcast. We had a couple things going down this list this week. 2 more lists. Flashback Friday. We got our Slammiversary preview. Got some other things coming up on the works. But that is the show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you when I see you. Peace.